Hello everybody, and now we are about to cover An Insider's Guide to the World of Uglies, Bogus to Bubbly by Scott Westerfeld, author of the New York Times best-selling series. Now you may think that this book is just, too futuristic, but there's some interesting stuff in here that you just gotta know, The Science of Beauty talks about Greek myth. Let me just give you a rundown of this book. For one thing, the contents of the book is the big idea, hoverboard manual, maps, the history of Tally's world, the Rusty Crash, the rise of the cities and the Pretty Committee, special circumstances and the smoke, Crims, Cures, and Dr. Cable, the Diego War, the Mine Rain, and the extras, life phases in the Pretty Time, cliques, science, the science of beauty, gadgets and inventions, science 2, magnetic levitation, names in the Pretty Time, language, Science 3, nanos, reputation economies, I don't know how to say this, sorry, miscellany, and glossary, and a note to the reader about the covers, about what each cover represents, because this author gave a lot of great detail and thought to these books. He did not just, sit down one day and write them, So pretty much, we find out a lot about stuff. Like, for example, in this book, you learn about, hoverboards, if there were such things as hoverboards in our time, how to ride them. You learn about sneak suits, which in Tally's time, specials used to sneak around, and what Tally and Shay did to destroy the special circumstances, which caused the Diego War. You learn about the science of beauty, and the big eyes and lips said, "I'm young and vulnerable, I can't hurt you, and you want to protect me." And the rest said, "I'm healthy, I won't make you sick, and no matter how you felt about a pretty, there was a part of you that thought, if we had kids, they'd be healthy too. I want this pretty person." So why are you attracted to a certain person? Is it just genetics? Is there something more to it as to why people pick up certain mate? Does it involve brains? Stuff like that. Literally, it talks about the science of beauty. Why you're attracted to certain people. And gadgets and inventions. And also, a part of the funny stuff that he talks about the science of beauty is, in some cultures, apparently there is an operation in the world that you can get diamonds and stuff literally put in your eyes. You can get jewelry put in your eyes? That's insane. And then that scientists discovered about that people are working on sneak suits, and that some parts in the world they've made frogs fly, levitate, and to actually make a person do that, you'd have to shut off an entire city's power grid and use all that electricity to make a person fly, because apparently we have a natural, the body weight in us, they can use it to make us hover. So, that is pretty cool. You learn a lot about, there's a lot to this. And then, of course, in extras, they talk about Japanese suffixes, which is tally-wa, shane-la. Wa is for uglies, la is for pretties, aya-chan, basically stuff you'd learn about Japanese. In the Japanese culture, the Asian culture, as to why they use the suffixes. These are also a form of respect on levels of life. Like, they call elderly people certain something, they call younger people something, they call, I think, in Japanese, there's also upperclassmen, but they have a name for that too. I think they call it sensei for some upperclassmen, but that's also for teachers. Basically, they just have names for terms of respect and endearment. So that's for, the fourth book. And they talk about the different names in the book, like Nana Love, Ren Machino, Hiro Fuse, Frizz Mizuno, Aya Fuse, Tally, Youngblood, Shay, Zane, basically everything that you'd need to know about this book. There's a lot to it. The history of nanos and the nanobug, the war that happened that ruined humanity, or our time in the world. Just everything you could possibly need to know. If you were ever confused about these books and didn't understand a damn thing about these books, it would teach you everything from as to why he called everybody normal ugly. Why did that have to happen? And then as to why They were made up like little perfect pouty Barbie dolls, like duck face. You know, and they had that kind of glitter in their eye. It was, you know, why were people so attracted to them. Then you'd learn about the crueler beauties of the world and why you still kind of find this attractive. You know, that stuff. He'd teach you about that, why these books have that. And also about extras and high technology and the media manipulation tactics that the world is currently using. You know, a lot goes on in here. Literally, this world is, after Tally releases the world, everybody's obsessed with technology. Like, look, Aya literally looks like a computer chip in her eye. Look at that. It's insane. He teaches you about that and why Japanese people have certain suffixes for terms of respect. So this is a guide to that world. But yeah, you're good. This is something you need to read. It's a rundown on all the cliques, from crims to cutters and tech heads and surge monkeys. The complete history, starting with the destruction of the oil bug to the launch of extras in space. How all those awesome gadgets came to be: hoverboards, eyescreens, skintennas, sneak suits. Plus an exclusive look at Scott Westerfeld's first draft of Extra starring Hiro, not Aya. And so much more. It's mind-wrecking. You know, it is, wow. And he gives you a rundown on all those covers as to why, you know, Tally looks like this. There's a truth to this tattoo. There's a mystery behind it. It's in here. You know, about gadgets, because there's people in the world that do end up putting stuff in their eyeballs. Yeah. People who are very treated differently because of their looks. Tragic, isn't it? And people who are just, you know, normal. Where our society stands. This is what we are. That's what they that's what we want to be. And then there's different subcultures that think maybe muscle, brawn, and brains is everything. Beauty, brawn, and brains, or beauty and shallowness. This is a rundown of our world and Tally's world. Also as to why there's names in the pretty time. Also, you gotta go, and then after that you get Science 3 as to the nanobug. You get you get a glossary, like, of everything. Why they use certain words. Because trust me, he did not just make these up. Crumbly's, Crumblyville, The Cure, Expansion Extras, Diego War, Kickers, Fashion Missing, Face Rank, Flash Tattoos, Lifter Rings, Literallys, Millie Helen, and Merritt's, Manga Heads, Mind Ring, Ping's New System, New Pretty Town, New Prettiest Nanos. It's like a whole mind blow, mind wrecking thing. Literally. Smart Matter, The Smokies, Reputation Economy, Spag Boil, by the way, that's like astronaut food. Just letting you know. They eat it a lot. And just a note at the end about the covers as to why they picked certain covers. Because I guess they wanted to, you know, my guess is they wanted you to get a look at what Tally was going to look like in these books. That's Tally right there. That was supposed to be the original Uglies cover, by the way, but it didn't pan out. But yeah, this has definitely helped me look at the, you know, the books a little bit more differently. So you should definitely pick this up at your local library and read it. Or if you want to buy it, because I bought all the books too. So I'm just really addicted to this series. Anyway, that's it. Bye. Peace.